Hello and welcome to Lunatic Gaming, where you've got to be crazy to be this bad. Alright, so I started the quest for the Odyllita, and it takes you all the way to Velia to meet the man who can search for people. So this guy. What the hell? Oh, I'm lagging. Great. You have some nerve to come to see me at a time like this. There are some people I hired that are looking for you. Why? Because I got paid by many people. You're a popular one, I'll give you that. Oh, come on, internet connection. Odyllita and ill omen. I've heard you've been slighted all over. Two people came to me for, despite their best efforts, they couldn't find you. Oh, why am I revealing the information about the clients? They charge you for their commission. But just now I decided to forget about that commission because I believe you and I will become the best of friends. Now, which client's story would you like to hear first? One client came to me with a smile while the other came crying. Let's help the sad client. I suddenly remember him to be a noisy fellow. The poor shy next to him was so embarrassed she tried to pretend she wasn't with him. He went on about how he was a master of ancient language, and he told me to tell you that the secret guards were looking for you. Something about warning regarding the shadow mist flowers. It all sounded rather urgent. More importantly, he mentioned that someone in Camasilvia was in danger. He said that they'll be heading over to the Moria Guard post first. Ask about the client with a smile. He came to me in the middle of the night, whispered a few words, and then disappeared into the dark. His mask melted, was reflecting the light off the bonfire. I couldn't see his face, but I could tell he was truly smiling. He did not reveal his name, he just said to come to the watchtower. He said he's prepared a flower that the world has never seen. Anyway, I thought they were both trying to tell you something about a flower or something. I see your eyes are full of curiosity, and perhaps that means this isn't your first time. A masked guy of the watchtower. That must be Meldor. Belmorn fell at our hands, and Meldor is but Belmorn's servant. Also, if it's a loud member of the secret guards, that's gotta be Bed Mountain, right? Shadow Mistflower. You don't think he's making too much of a fuss over some flower the Ganil improved? I feel like we will get from meeting that dwarf is a pain in our eardrums. We might as well meet Meldor at the watchtower. It's been a while. Let's hear him out, shall we? So the bad guy. Interesting. The one that gave Belmont the sword, I think. Watchtower. Interesting. Hmm. Wonder if I should just run it. Yeah, let's run it. Oh my god. Fable Keeper.
It's been a long time since my last customer.
Oh my god.
This is the only stable around this area. Commune with the horse. It will run faster.
Interesting. So where am I supposed to go? Alright, so this is the guy. We are the incarnation of terror. Silver for the red value. Recall Shadow Knight and Jordine. Huh, what is this? Oh, it's a force cutscene?
So,
This is from the first
you were
mission.
the one who brought me here.
Not me. It is the flame of fury burning inside you.
Shut up!
Don't you feel? Your soul is already burning with anger and despair.
Stop it!
You are still not satisfied, and now you crave innocent souls to feed your flame, just like the monarch of darkness, Belmore.
I don't wish to incite his slaughter.
Ask yourself, we can turn you into either a beggar or a king. Now, it's time to choose.
I am destined for greater things. And so, Calpheon must pay a heavy price in blood.
Then follow me, my king.
Okay, so that's what happened.
Shadow Knights are omnipresent.
What brings the great hero who saved Camasylvia to this humble servant of the Shadow? You certainly seem to be in a hurry and qualified to face the next truth as well.
The day promised
Did all
is
that
getting
praise get to your
near.
head that you're the hero who restored Camasylv? And still, the lunatic, you have no idea what you've done.
Soon, darkness shall override the light.
Why did you revive Camasylv in the first place? You were only an outsider. Did you really believe that the tree strengthens the Ganils? You already knew, didn't you, who the first Lothragun was? Camasylv's true form is the passage leading to the shadow of this world. The light that grew in the tree is a beacon that lures in the darkness. I can't believe that you returned such light back to the tree, after hearing just one side of the whole story. Do you not remember the Black Death that struck Calpheon? Nor the dark spirits that invaded Camasylvia? The very darkness will return, attracted to the light of Camasylv. This is the result of your actions, outsider of Camasylvia.
You
As there are no
have a
burning
good
ones in
soul,
Camasylvia at the moment, we cannot extinguish the light
just
of the
right
revived
for
Camasylv.
offering.
Of course, even if we burn it down now, it's already too late, as the darkness is already on its way chasing after the light. Unbelievable. We finally found the one to fight the darkness to come. And it's a hero who doesn't even know they've unleashed hell upon the world. If Lord Belmont knew about this, yes, I know what he would do. I will test to see if your strength is worthy of our future. This is a shadow mist flower that blooms only in the shadow realm. Plant this flower somewhere in the Talibar's rope. You don't understand why I'm treating a hero like you in such a manner? Failing this test will lead to your untimely demise, so turn back if you don't feel confident.
We already are.
Kamasilv's light is a beacon that brings in the darkness. It kinda makes sense, so I don't think he's spewing out utter nonsense. But why are we hearing this from the legs of a Shadow Knight? Then Belmorn, what was Belmorn's true goal? My head hurts from thinking about it. Let's return to that later, because right now I'm so pissed off. Did you see what that shadowy guy mocked us? You heard it too, right? Fail and you'll die? Turn back if you're not confident? How dare he? He mentioned the Shadow Mist flower, right? What Laffy was talking about. Laffy is at La Moria guard post. Come on, let's go. So you're telling me Belmorn's the good guy now? Okay. Hmm. Okay, why are you guys blocking the damn road? Run this thing. This is such a long quest. Lots of running.
Be wary of the wolves. The number of injured horses is increasing.
The hell was that? Okay, here it is. Let's do it. Look who's here, our friend, the lunatic. Long time no see. Seeing you has lifted a heavy weight off my shoulders. You cheeky girl. At least say hello to our old friend. Oh, by the way, we've had bad news. We've lost touch with Idan. That's why I thought of you first, so I hired some people to find you. Besides, it's so nice to see you again like this. We're like besties now, aren't we? Weirdo. I heard that Camasilvian border is temporarily closed. Apparently there's a major conflict going on right now. But that girl is still in Camasilvia. Blast, I have no idea what exactly is happening in there. By the order of Her Majesty, we are currently unable to allow you entry. Please, turn back. What's the reason? Is there a war going on or something? One of our colleagues is still in the forest. We are unable to tell you anything, especially not to your kind. Those of such stature unfit to even sit on a tree stump. Wait, what? What did you just say? You forest infesting caterpillars? You ain't nothing but all talk. Come on, Laffy, cut it out. I'm tired enough already. Laffy, we really need to learn how to remain cool and not lose this temper. Aren't you some kind of hero in this place? Why don't you go ask them, pretty please? Oh, we do have hookups. Who's this? Wing of Camasilvia cannot be stopped. How can we stand in front of the wing's journey? Ah, Wing of Camasilvia. Nothing to be alarmed about. It's just a plague in Navarne Steep. You're free to travel through the borders as you please. We wouldn't dare to stop the Wing of Camasilvia. A deadly plague, does it not have an effect on me? Well, I mean, is that it will be deadly for those little ones. They'll be running around ignoring our attempts to maintain this epidemic. Please forgive me, Wing of Camasilvia. I will tell you the truth. There was a big battle on the borders near the old wisdom tree. The enemy were the Ahibs, those who were exiled to the arid land Odyllita. I don't know what happened, but they've become like monsters. Some of our sisters were taken as prisoners. Meanwhile, the Lemuria guards succeeded in taking over our old post by pipe by bypassing the Duzak tunnel. The Queen told us to keep this to ourselves. Can you please tell those stubborn stumps to turn back? If they catch wind of this, they'll go to every tavern in this world and everyone will know. Their kind has always been like that since the beginning of time. Let's gloss over the matter to Laffy. No, why? Do my hunches always come true? My grandfather used to tell me how all the daughters of Sylvia were liars. Regardless, we have a horrible monster spreading a plague. Does that mean it's no longer safe in there? Ah, no, Don is gonna let me have it. He told me to keep an eye on her. What? Are you asking me about who that person in the forest is? Well, me and Yaz are here and Idan's somewhere else. Who do you think it is then? It's Orwin, of course. Have you totally forgotten about us? You make me sad. One day she hid in a contraband wagon she found in the back alley in Galfion and headed for Camasilvia. She said she was looking for traces of her father, whom she has never met before. Also, she mentioned that she was looking for a tomb of some princess who cared for her as a child. She said she'd be back soon. I can't believe this is happening. It would be worse if Orwin heard about those monsters. Judging by her personality, she'd keep looking no matter how dangerous it will be. What? You've already met Orwin? How was she? Have you heard from her since? I'm doomed. The main quest. The last place where we met Orwin was at a Tanis Pond, right? It's not that far from here. Looks like we can try enter freely. Let's comfort him by saying that we'll look for Orwin instead. And I ask him about the Shadow Mist Flower. Orwin? Why should we look for her? We're only saying it to calm him down. Shadow Mistflower. Oh, right. That's why I was looking for you, but I totally forgot. The long sealed forbidden arena has opened. The Shadow Mistflower is an ominous flower that blooms at the arena. I heard there are some people searching for that flower these days, those who are with the Black Spirit like yourself. Some of them even went missing. It's from a credible source, so I'm sure they're not just rumors. Hey, there's nothing wrong with being careful. If you ever get that flower, just step on it and burn it right away. Apparently, those who receive the flowers are headed for Odyllita, the arid land, so they must have some ties to Sylvia's daughters as well, so be extra careful. They've been keeping to themselves for decades. There's no telling what other secrets they could be hiding, don't you agree? There's an ounce of truth in that the Ganils and Vadirs say. What I mean is, you've got nothing to lose by listening to old laugh. You don't have to be swayed by the fancy words of fate or whatnot. Don't forget, you are the secret member of the Secret Guards. And yes, please find Orwin for our sake, okay? We'll look forward to hearing from you. As always, you have my thanks. Flowers blooming in a forbidden arena that had been sealed for a long time, and they're looking for the ones with black spirits. They're talking about us, they're looking for us, and they're the strongest. We can't just sit here after hearing all this. It'd be fun to meet them in person, don't you think? When you're told not to do something, it makes you want to do it more. By the way, that dwarf, he knows a lot of things for some strange reason. Where the hell does he hear it from? Well, what do we care? Let's move out, partner. We should look for Talibar's rope that Meldor of the Watchtower told us about. You already saw Orwin was alive and well, no? I'm sure she's still doing fine. Let's not think about her anymore. So where should we go to get the Talibar's rope? Aha! Let's ask the falsely wise chatterbox of an old wisdom tree. So we're just gonna forget Orwin. Okay! I think she's a chosen one, wasn't she? Didn't we find out that her father was the man that came out of the tree? The one that they considered evil? Oh, wrong way. Here is Obi Bellin. How have you been? Everything is hectic in this place lately. The beastly red eyes, I certainly don't want to see them in my dream. The poor girls must have entirely forgotten about their mother. What? I'm talking about the Ahives beyond Lamo Valley. The whole of Cavasilvia is worried about that problem now. What could possibly have turned them so hideous? All kinds of speculation and rumor are flooding the streets. By the way, this is just between you and me. Odyllita, where the Ahives left for, was at first not an arid land. I heard there was some sort of incredible curse planted in that land, and Habes were consumed by that very curse. That's what I heard when I was having a drink with my old dwarf friend Oliver. Alcohol is a magical potion of truth, so it must be true.
Do I look scared?
Oliver, that
I
guy. He
was
left his
scared.
important archaeology notes behind. I had a drink with him yesterday for it had been some time since he left Gaifin Temple and stopped by Old Wisdom Tree. But for some reason he hastily left disappeared alone at dawn. Maybe it's because Ganils are awfully sensitive about outsiders lately. But still, just because one's in a hurry, they shouldn't leave behind their important notes. Is this what Calphionians mean when they say the gal of him? By the way, Wing of Camasylvia, will you grant me my wish? Please return my friend's notes to him. Well, of course I could go myself, but Oliver was heading across that river. What if I stray? Arrow finds me and I become grilled bird meat. You'll help me, right?
Well,
Okay, man.
looks like you have many questions you want
Ah,
to
yes, how
ask.
brazen of me to make a request with my own beak. The only thing I have to give is this chewy worm, and I don't think we share the same taste in that regard. Is there anything else you wish to know?
Let me see what you have here for me.
That's a name I haven't heard in quite some time. How did you come across the name of Odyllita? Seems the fate has drawn us together. Truth be told, only I know about that place. I
Scree
actually heard that
travels
from
are
Oliver
easy
yesterday. He's come to know
fellows,
so many
but
things
I
recently.
am a
Connected to the
born
Duzuk
hound.
Tunnel, there is Salun's border, named for being the territory of the Saloon tribe. They're actually bears and wolves with sharp teeth, and their bodies they're covered in huge warts, so disgusting. I heard that Talibar is named of the king of that terrifying tribe. Isn't that interesting? Oh, where is it, you ask? Well, I don't know. Wouldn't my dear friend Oliver have an inkling? He's a fearless lad. It's just so happened that you, the wing of Camasylvia, have business to go where he is. Maybe this is destiny, no?
I am Obi Bello.
Not gonna lie, the owl talks way too much, but how did that Oliver guy know all that? Laffy, too. Perhaps dwarves have some inherent knack for this. Partner, shall we take a look at the notes? Well, why not? We'll give it back anyway. I shall continue to flow deeper and deeper until I have embraced all the unfathomable pain and sadness of your people. O Kiara, the ancient spirit of Camasylvia, took in the Gaifin army, who were strangers to the land in southern Camasylvia. She led the army by borrowing the eyes, ears, and mouths of the Tooth Fairies for the Gaifin army to establish a base in the Promised Land. But as soon as the Okiara returned to nature's embrace, the ever-flowing river, the Tooth Fairies came up with a new contract. Kamasilvia will no longer interfere in Gaifin Russia matters, nor will the Gaifin Russia leave their designated area. The Tooth Fairies could relocate the Gaifin Russia army, and the contract would be in effect whenever the Tooth Fairies so desired. As they assigned this contract, the Gaifin did so under one condition, to have all of their memories erased. Did the Gaifin truly voluntarily make that request? Even to have all memories of their beautiful songs erased? Why haven't the Tooth Fairy shared the powerful Gaifin army with daughters of Sylvia, those who have their blessing? In a way, this pact makes no sense. Could it be that those stone cold ancient weapons in fact have a heart? See that the engraved name there? Bed Mountain. Oliver Bed Mountain, as it says. How is he related to Laffy? Where does it take me? Thornwood, Thornwood has combined so well with the Azure Guardstone. What have the Ahives done to Kotoran? I thought a wild animal ate it as a snack while I was napping, but it was at the old wisdom tree. That little owl, why can't he just fly here instead, making humans run around like this? Anyways, thank you. Isn't this a dangerous place? Well, you're not wrong, but that's just a rule set by the detestable Ganils. And it has nothing to do with strangers like us. After all, Ganils have no regard for our safety either. This is a Thornwood guard tower. I guess you haven't seen this before. I know there are ill rumors about this land. Perhaps that's why you've never been here. I've been studying the ruins of Gyphon Russia for a long time. I used to come to this place quite often, so I know there's a road ahead. By the way, it's been a while since I stopped by, and do you see this majestic thornwood tree grown by Ahibs? Their new sacred tree, Turasil, has grown very powerful. They even fused in the Azure Guardstone from early Odyllita. By the way, what business do you have here? It looks like you were heading to the conflict zone. Rumor has it that many Lemurian forces have died there, so you're a mercenary going there to back them up, right? I knew it. You were heading to Talabar's rope. What? Where'd you hear that? Was it that all? Oh gosh. I'll cut it short. If you're heading there due to safety, due to satisfy, due to satisfy your curiosity, just don't. It's a place with unimaginable horrors beyond belief. Did you read my archaeology notes? It's unsealed. No, it's unsealed. The little owl belongs as a side dish to a simple cron meal after being fried crisp to the crunch. Breathe in, breathe out. I must keep calm. I mean, you're not to blame here. It's my fault for having a friend like that. If the Tooth Fairies and Ganils discover my writings suspecting their relationship, they'll hunt me down. So please forget what you read in that note. In return, I'll let you know where Talabar's rope is. Please stop even thinking about it. This is not something you should get involved with, even if you're a hero. Okay, so he technically tells us, I guess, where it is. So we follow the road. What the fuck? Dude, they got bears. Well, damn. I can smell the scent of the shadow mist flower. Who gave them to you? Shadow mist flower of Meldor, a shadow knight. Ah, a guest from Eldor. I guess the real story will begin. Welcome to Talabar's Rope, a place under Queen Sephir's reign. She who shall usher in the future of the Ahibs. Yo! What the fuck? Is this gonna be a new race? Yo!
Imagine riding a two-row while grabbing by its horns. Isn't that gonna be fun? Queen Sepha's insight is marvelous indeed. Look at how she has control over them.
Discouragement spreads like infectious disease. The second chief, even those who follow him, will give up eventually.
Anguish
Meldor,
is
the
like a
bastard. I was wondering
disease.
why he sounded
The
so
second
confident. I
chief
didn't know he was talking
and
about
his
sending over the
followers.
hero who restored
They will
the
all
light
give
of
up in the
Kamasilv.
end.
What a shocking choice. I'm sure you or Meldor would clearly know what kind of land this is. I'd love to turn you into food for the Solons to enjoy, but you're a guest from a friend who's been an ally for quite some time. So,
Being able to speak several words doesn't make them equal to us.
for the wing of
Remember,
Kamasil to
no matter how
reach
much
here,
you
Talabar's
domesticate
road,
them,
perhaps this
they're
too
nothing
is
but
under
a
the
bunch
guidance
of
of our
wild
mother. As
animals.
you know, the land
We must
behind
be
us
ready
is
to give them
Odyllita, the
harm
land
in case
promised
they
to us
bite their
Ahibs, the
master's
burning
hand.
ones. Thanks to the pretty petty heroics of you and those stupid Ganils, the world shadow has drawn even closer. You knew this, didn't you?
Imagine riding a Turo while grabbing by its horns.
That
Isn't that gonna
shadow's
be
name is
fun? Queen
Volhara
Sepha's
Kahiliak,
insight is
Hadum,
marvelous
the god of
indeed.
darkness
Look at how
and
she has
despair from the
control
world
over them.
beyond Kamasilv. Do you remember the Black Death that swept over the continent? That is the very encroachment and expansion of Hadum's world. Chief Josia Udore, the leader of the Vidirs, burned Kamasilv and its roots to halt the darkness, but a fool revived the tree, an action equal to opening the gates of destruction otherwise known as Hadum.
Anguish is like a
Not realizing
disease.
that the true
The
darkness
second
was
chief
drawing near, those stupid
and his
Ganils blindly
followers.
celebrated the
They will
restoration
all
of
give up in
Kamasilv's
the end.
light. However, we are the true descendants of our mother Sylvia. We decided to save the world once again, following the will of the chief. So we, the Ahibs, along with Shadow Knights, reopened the forbidden battlefield, the Shadow Arena. It is there in the battlefield where we seek to create shadow heroes to fight against the looming darkness.
Being able to speak several words doesn't make them equal to
And yet,
us.
heroes alone cannot
Remember,
stop the darkness.
no matter
Hadum
how
is
much we
like encroachment
domesticate them,
itself. To
they're
fight
nothing
it,
but a bunch
you
of
must make
wild
it materialize
animals.
from the
We
shadows. The
must be
shadow
ready to give
mistflower is
them
a flower
harm
that
in
blooms in
case
the
they
shadow
bite
arena,
their
which
master's hand.
remembers which resembles the helm of Hadum. Use this flower to summon Sigurd, the shadow of nightmares, and destroy it. Then I'll show you the path to become a true hero.
Imagine riding
Okay.
a Turo while grabbing by its horns.
Yeah, yeah, Tauros. It's a pretty cool cave. Not gonna lie. It's a pretty cool monster too. Ooh, ooh. Who's this fool? Hey, he's like the boss. He's like the boss. Oh my god. Oh. Okay. Well, Wing of Camastilvia, rather live up to your name. I suppose our long ally is such a good judge of character. This is the Horn of Sigurd, the Shadow of Nightmares. The horn serves as proof that you have what it takes to save this world. Now that you have earned the right to be Queen Sephir's hero, look upon the greater, higher, unfathomable cause that lies before you. Don't be tied down to old conflicts lingering with emotions from yesteryear, but look to the darkness that will soon encroach upon this world. Caphras, the immortal alchemist, the first Lothragon, who crossed from over from Camasil, once a loyal dog of Hadum, but now a dog biting its master. We believe there is a key to bring forth the realm of Hadum mentioned in his journal. Show Sigurd's horn to Commander Opinsila to receive his journal. Follow in his path to start the adventure that will shape the fate of this world. Caphras, the immortal alchemist. Caphras, I remember the first time I heard that name in Balanos. The one who has left his footprints all over the world was actually once a loyal dog of Hadum. Seems like he's been through a lot. By the way, what did she call you? The hero of Queen Zephyr? Says who? Sylvia's daughters sure enjoy naming random things, don't they? Anyway, there's something that's been bothering me for a while. Do you see that light pillar back there? It seems to stick out in a dreary place.
Everything is bound to change. What matters is that you're alive, right?
Monsieur
Living a
Enil,
useful life like this is so much better than
the
pointless
hero of
death.
Camasilvia. Everyone's been fooled by swindlers' tongues. Would you look at me in that same way if you're also awoken to the truth?
Other than the queen I served, Carmasilvia has no meaning to me now. I wonder what the Gannells would say if they ever find out about their liar queen's true identity.
She a bad person? There is only one queen who I once served. I wonder what the Gannells will say when they realize the truth behind the false queen. Interesting. A beautiful pillar of light akin to heavenly gates. You keep staring as your eyes slowly close. You feel at ease. When you first engraved your name on your weapon, when the dream horse drew near, when discovering hidden ancients of knowledge, when gaining precious treasure from a box, all such feelings of happy moments up until now come together at once. The rock that's drawing in the light, you want to lie down between that space. Yet this one, a Ganil. Why is a Ganil here? Unpleasant red magics. What is she up to? Even the so-called wing of Camasilvia is but a moth to a light in front of Orzeka Lightstone.
Well, at least we can communicate
Watching the
with
descendant
Turos, can't we?
descent
Of
to
course,
a
they're
pit
not
without an
strong
ounce
as the
of hope.
golems
Isn't
of
it fun?
Odin, but we can
You over
still
there, you're
keep
supposed
them
to be looking
under
for the
control.
traces of Questline, yet why are you snooping around here? Do you not know where you are? Just because Commander Lezella has appointed you as a hero of the Promised Land, Odyllita is not some place where you can loiter around as you please. Ignore whatever the Ashen Moon Sybil may be doing. It's best that you just mind your own business. Why don't you go up and head to the Toro Watchtower? Commander Opensila will be there in no time. Don't go poking your nose in every corner. Start restoring this world that you've ruined with your own hands.
Watching someone fall into an abyss isn't fun. A place where all things you ever saw, learned, or believed cease to
Gosh, she's so
exist.
cold. Or Zeka's
There's
Lightstone?
no
What
such
is it?
thing
Why
as
is she
hope
turning
for
us
them.
away? What are they trying to hide? But that girl over there sticks out like sore thumb. She's a Ganil, no? An Enil. I've heard of that name before. Yes, the former queen of Camasilvia, Amelia Ornette, the tyrant. Her elite guards were known as Enils. Why are those people who've now been stigmatized by Berlina staying here in the first place with the Hebes? By the way, partner, do you hear some thumping noise from somewhere? I think it's coming up from out there, loud enough to shake the entire cave. Let's head up. Suspicious. Very suspicious. Oh shit, Tauroses. Oh my god, look at that. What the fuck? Oh my gosh, that's so cool. A pair of large bulky creatures of an unidentified tribe are locked in a duel. Two magnificently curved horns resembled tall spears that could pierce the skies, and their sturdy physique showed no signs of weakness. Sturdy like castle walls, neither willing to yield, their crimson blood vessels bulging in their show of strength. Their awe-inspiring duel shook the very heart of the earth. What is this Ahib doing? What exactly is the relationship between those giant creatures and the Ahib? Audrit Sybil has reached out, yet many Tauros are still loyal to the second chief. And there's this ginormous bear. Never seen this one before. Are they to accompany us to Thornwood Castle? This one defeated Cygor, the Shadow of Nightmares, and we will not send this person to Thornwood Castle for now. This one doesn't follow Tunta's prophecy. If that's the case, they cannot be our comrade yet. Saphir's Ahibs, on the other hand, follow Tunta's prophecy. Tauros only welcome those who follow the prophecy. Stop talking. You're right, that is all. So please save your breath in front of this one. What the hell? Look at how she set her up in front of us, and they buttered you up as their hero of Saphira or some nonsense. Are the Heaves really not to be trusted, just as we heard? Those burly guys, by the way, are called Turos, I think. They both appear to be friends, yet one of them don't appear to like us. Hey partner, do you remember the ones getting attacked back in the cave? Things seems quite different between here and back there. Something's fishy. Shall we eavesdrop a bit, just to pretend to look on? Is it the Audrit Sybil's fault? Many of the tourists seem confused. I heard that most of them will be moved to Thornwood Castle except for the second chief. The sudden influx of tourists appearing here and there must mean that the influence of Odra had much to do with it. It's quite unexpected. I thought they were all mass with no brains, but it appears that there are a few that can think. Indeed, guess they aren't just all brawn after all. Their strength lies in their tolerance. The fathers almost immediately lost their minds to the ash powder of the Black Star, but the Tauros are barely affected, as well as adding a slight feeling of ecstasy. And yet we may never know when they'll turn their backs on us, so we must tame them while we still can. Interesting. I'm hearing a lot of familiar words. The ash powder of Black Star, Fadis. Listening to the conversation, the alliance between the Ahibs and the Tauros sounds like a con and play by small-time crooks, don't you think? Wait, it appears that someone's here. Looks like she wants to talk to us. Is she the Ahib known as Opensilla, who those girls were talking about earlier? Oh, why is your eyes red? What the fuck? I see you've been watching the tourist stall. Turos are the owner of Odyllita's ancient forest on Kuta. They are stronger, more indomitable than any other race, and honest to a fault. One day Tunta, the earth god they serve, bestowed a prophecy to the Grand Chief Ulutuka that the Kamasilv tree which he so foolishly revived would bring death and destruction to all, and that his people should become the shield of those most vulnerable to the darkness of their end to protect the primal forest on Kuta. For 1,000 years they had never set foot outside the forest or nor had contact with any other tribe, and now they begin to move. While you were talking in all the praise, taking on all the praise from the Ganils, the owners of these arid lands were preparing for war in such desperation. You who seek to prove your worth as a hero, show me the horn of Sigord, the shadow of nightmares. Like a nightmare, Hadum's realm shall soon consume this world. No, it's already begun. Now manifests as physical force and materializes as a disease plaguing the body and the mind. Do you see them? Toros are instinctively capable of rejecting tuntas. You see them? Toros are intrinsically incapable of rejecting Tunta's prophecy. However, these rejected the prophecy calling upon them to move out of their native grounds to fight against Adum, and for what? They have lost their minds to the point where they can't recognize even their own people, and eventually were kicked out of their grand chief Ulutuka's forest, Tunkuta. This is part of the consequences from reviving Kamasilv's light, a small omen wrought by the wing of Kamasilvia. This is the encroachment of a doom that has already begun. It has first appeared first in the land, the darkest in all of the world. Order and balance of 1,000 years toppled in a single moment. Inevitably, by the god they serve, Tunta was consumed by a doom. Time is ever passing and it will never stop. Soon it will cast a shade upon the laughter of everyone in this world. You who revived the light back to Kamasilv, cut off their horns and their flesh and feel it for yourself. Realize and repent what has been done with your own hands, just as the servant of Adum, Kaphras, did. If you don't follow his footsteps with all your heart, then this Kaphras journal will be nothing more than kindling. O poor pitiful hero of Kamasilvia, the blood on your hands marked the beginning of your atonement, and pay our respects to Chief Josiah Odir, the first Ahib who burned down our mother's Kamasilv to save us all. These are her words spoken to those close to her. Darkness looms, granting no time to look back. Heed those words, do not dwell on being deceived by the vile tongues of the despicable archers, but rid yourselves of the looming shadow. Of course, you don't seem to have grasped how the burning of Kamasilv could save this world. Here, this is the journey of Kaphras, who once the servant of Adum. At its end lies the answer we all are looking for. Why haven't you left yet? Does my story sound too far-fetched to you? Your hands are already covered in Toro's blood, but still you have doubts. I don't know what to make of you. Whether or not to believe our story or the journal is entirely up to you, or maybe you could ask the daughter of Kaphras yourself. We saved her at Saloon's border where she almost got herself killed by the Fallen Ones, although thanks to that child we got involved in an armed conflict with Grana. Yet we knew it was no use to explain the situation to those foolish Ganels. Also, did you know that there's another black spirit stalking you? Heed these words, for in Kaphra's journal there is a passage that reads, the black spirit is desperation's incarnation, and desperation is the best offering to darkness. Interesting. is it? Atroxia. Ataraxia. By the goddess, huh? How did you know I was here? I sense Camisil's light from you. You're the wing of Camisilvia. Sylvia everyone's talking about, right? The obsidian ashes shall defend Camisilv to the end. How's Chief Ransom? I haven't seen her for a while. Ah, yes, your name is the lunatic. I'm Ataraxia, a dark knight, as you can see. But how did you know I was following you? I thought I was super careful. Hey, don't be mistaken. I'm not that weird. The Horn of Sigord, you took the Trial of Shadow too, didn't you? Me too. I passed the test with my black spirit. So why don't we go look for the traces of Kafra's journal together? You know how it's like traveling with the black spirit. It's so lonely and dull, no? Look, cute. Let's go on an adventure with you. Do you know how to operate a ship? Do you cook? I have a seasickness, so I can't operate a ship. What does that have to do with operating a ship? Well, so are we leaving right away? Well then, I'll be waiting for you at the old wisdom tree. Let's meet up there where that chatty owl is. I'll head over there first, so be quick to catch up. This is an enemy territory. If we travel together, we will attract unnecessary attention. Besides, you're the hero of Camasilvia, the land of the Ahib. The archers won't like it. Think about it. You're gonna follow her without discussing this with me? Get a hold of yourself. Two's a company, three's a crowd. The Black Spirit is desperation's incarnation, and desperation is the best offering to darkness. Have you forgotten what the Ahib said already? Of course I'm different. What you and I have is truly special, but who knows if the Black Spirit with her is anything like me? It's suspicious that they wanted to be friends right after being caught. Think about it. Our first encounter began with them sneaking behind our backs. They might just use us until they get what they want and then betray us. Think carefully about whether you want to be with their company or pawn. Besides, we need to be heading over to Saloon's border now to meet the daughter of Kafris and see what Dahib said about the journal is true. That Dark Knight? Whether she waits for us at Old Wisdom Tree or not, that's her problem. Man, that's a long quest. The fuck am I here? Wait, aren't you the wing of Camasilvia? This is Saloon's border. Conflict zone with the Ahibs. I don't know how you ended up coming to this dangerous region, but you need to return to the old wisdom tree immediately. Did you say you're gonna cross the bridge yourself? No way, you're talking nonsense. Any rash act can provoke them. Our captured sisters will be in danger. This is a battlefield. No matter who you are, you cannot simply ignore the authority of the field commander. Look at their red eyes. They've obviously consumed the forbidden power, and we are making our stand against them. So, the enemy's reinforcements will arrive through the Zor tunnel. Before that, we need to make sure. What are you? You can't go. You can't just go like this. Yo, dead bird. So, what is use in reviving the light of God if they're still so weak? Walking leisurely on the battlefield. It's you, isn't it? The one who received Kafir's journal from the commander of Pensilla. What took you so long? While taking a stroll? Hurry up and go inside. Kiana might be going to sleep soon. Oh shit.
It is a good day to die by accident. How does it
Queen
feel?
Saphir worries too
You
much.
folks
How could
haven't
those
been
dumb
here in a long
Ganils
time,
distinguish
have
us
you?
from the fallen ones?
Doesn't it remind
Oh,
you
you're
of
here. I
the
was waiting
old
for you
days?
all over for you. I knew you would come. Thanks to this one here, my sisters and I could stretch our legs a bit, although we were misunderstood by those stupid Ganils. Hey, let go of this one still wet behind the ears. Let her go. We need to get back to Thornwood Forest soon.
Lemuria guards? They made a very bold judgment. Very impressive. They must have been on Belief's command, I presume. Coming so boldly into
Let me
Selene's
make this
land.
clear. It was Orwin who crossed the border
Unbelievable.
first. She's immature as always, just like when she was a child. How dare she? Where does she think this is? What? Come to see her nanny? If it weren't for Commander Opensilla, I would have killed her right away. Conduct your business and get the hell out of here quick. Aren't you here to check if your Kafris journal is real?
It is a good day to die by accident. How does it feel? You folks haven't been here in a long time, have you? Doesn't it remind you of the old days?
It's true that I crossed over the border first, but I had good reason. Princess Catherine has returned to Mother's Embrace, so the only person here that knows me is my nanny. She was a Vidir, and I heard that she left for Odyllita the day I left Princess Catherine. I may look Camasilvian, but I was never one of them. I just wanted to find the person who raised me. After entering into the Dazak tunnel, the fallen ones attacked me. It was actually these ones who saved me. Even a foreigner like myself knew about relationship with the Ganils and Vidirs, so I told them that I hadn't come to fight but only wished to see my nanny. But they didn't want to hear what I had to say. I found out why when Kiana saved me. They look like any other Ahib, but they are actually fallen ones. Odyllita is simply misunderstood. There is ancient darkness within the soul of Odyllita. Some of us were consumed with the ancient darkness. We Ahibs named them the Fallen Ones and have come to ostracize them. Ahibs gain power from the light, from burning the sacred branch. The Zuk tunnel is currently occupied by the Fallen Ones, not Ahibs, but also the ones who attacked Orwin. I was saved by this person. How do you know that name? The nanny I spoke of was Opensilla. Although she doesn't look quite as how I remember her, did she send you for me? Caphras of the old Kron castle? I'm that alchemist's daughter? I knew that I was deeply related to Camasilvia in some way. Grandma Dega said my father was from Camasilvia. But I've never met my father, not even once. Who said such things? Pardon. It was Opensilla? This cover, it looks the same as my father's journal. Grandma Dega gave me when I first visited Camasilvia. She said it was the only book my father wrote in human language, so I could read it, but back then I didn't know how to read yet. From what I remember, the last time I saw it was when Queen Amelia announced that Hebes is heretical and a war broke out. I had to leave Camasilvia quickly as well, so I thought I lost the journal back then. Opensilla must have taken it. I remember this drawing. Yes, it's my father's journal. Ilia Island. Are you
Queen
done
Sephiroth
talking?
worries a
You
bit
really
too
are
much,
so
I think.
suspicious. What,
How
you
would
don't
those
think
Ganel
Commander Opensilla would
bimbos
lie to you?
distinguish
What?
between us and
You
the
should just
fallen
scram
ones?
while you still can. You're testing the extent of Commander of Pensilla's mercy. You saved her life in a restricted area, and what? You accuse us of holding Ganil prisoner? That's funny. Since when did Ganils ever care about Orwin? Unbelievable. Wanna know another interesting fact? Orwin was born between a Luthragan father and a human mother. She was utterly scorned by the Ganils who obsess over pure bloodlines and such. Fortunately, she fell under good graces of merciful Opensilla, and our poor Princess Catherine took her in and tended to her with all her heart. Huh, you didn't know about this at all. Why do you think those vile Ganils came all the way here to rescue one girl?
Lemuria guards? They made a very bold judgment.
Orwin
Very
is only
impressive.
being
They
used
must
by
have
the
been unwilling
Ganils
to
as an
command, I
excuse to
presume.
advance into our
Coming
lands,
so
got it?
boldly into
She's simply
Saloon's
serving
land.
as bait, perfect to
Unbelievable.
stir up sympathies. There's no way the Ganils, content with their affluence, actually want war. Look at them, they put so much effort in their appearance, and their strength is just no match to ours. Brulina, that fool. We already knew that Brulina's wolf roams these lands, though we wouldn't know what that they brought those soldiers to protect him. Thought we wouldn't know that they brought those soldiers to protect him. Apparently the wolf knows how to read earth symbols, but what if we find and slaughter that wolf? The queen would fall in despair, right? Anyways, as I said before, this here is Saloon's border. Already belongs to the fallen ones. We, the Ahives, have long since withdrawn from here, with nothing to do with it. Go tell them, the patience of our Queen Saphir has now reached its limits. Pull back now, if they don't want the grounds to be stained with their blood.
It is a good day to die by accident.
Bulina is Hadoob's agent? Interesting.
I believe there is a reason why
Hero
the army
Commander,
of
never
Dyson
imagined I'd see you
Rassi has
here.
settled
If
in
you knew that I was
Commercilia.
here, did Saint Ain Belief send for you by any chance? The Ahibs? Really? It can't be. They've been playing along all this time.
Astonishing. I didn't think I could meet the hero of Commercilia here.
I still need more time. This is one of the forgotten ruins of the Gyfins. Queen Berlina hopes that we can be allied with Gyfins, just like the Ahibs colluded with the Saloons. At the time of the pact between the Gyfins and Fairies, the Ganils didn't know the Earth's language. On the other hand, we, the Thragons, the Watchers of the Earth, have spoken that language in Adur. I believe there is something wrong with that pact. Something just doesn't feel right. So now I understand perfectly about the Ahib's intentions. Would you be able to call Tabliko the Tooth Fairy at Lemuria Guard Post for me?
Shh. We must learn the Earth's language.
Oh, come on. Oh. You've
Look at these Ahives.
anything for me to
What
do?
happened to them?
Let me know whenever. I
Like
promise
some
not to
kind of
make any
wild
mistakes.
animal.
Hey, you're in big trouble. I heard you rescued the Ganil from captivity. Everyone's panicking. How could the hero of Camasylvia? Everyone's talking about how you got out of the enemy camp unscathed. Wondering if you're secretly in league with the Heaves or something. Hi, Rufus? How do you know him? Oh, okay.
Is there something I can help you with? Let
Saint
me know anytime you need
Anne
me.
Believe
I'm
said
good
she'd
at
be
what
here
I
in
do.
person soon. Come
You
to
can
think of
count
it,
on
please
me.
do me a favor while we wait. Orwin is being transferred to Grana to be interrogated. Before she goes, she asked me a favor. The Heaves of the Dazak Tunnel, the fallen ones, she asked me to find something stolen from them. Let's be real, how am I supposed to do something like that? Not even Lemuria guards can barely handle them.
Look at these Ahibs. What happened to them? They look like something.
Okay, so I guess this is it. This is where we fight. This is where we die. Thank you so much. I'm not used to turning down someone's request. Actually, it was my first time seeing Orwin. Why did he change like that? He certainly didn't look like that before. Seen Unbelief is here. Wow, you're in trouble now.
These Ahibs, they have no secret with you, no captains.
Everyone's in big trouble. See, everybody's talking about us. The hero who brought light to Kamasil, is in fact secretly in league with the Heaves. That will be quite a shock to them. The old tree captain is here. By the looks of it, I think she will ask you a lot of questions. Long time no see, Wing of Kamasivia. Do you remember the day I showed you Princess Catherine's journal? Working with the Heaves. I remember the day I was talking about walking along Okaria River while looking at Sultan's border from the other side. This is the very place where we lost half of Lemuria forces not long after the Heaves fled to the arid land. Do you remember? Did you meander around the enemy as the wing of Kamasilvia, even though you knew the cold story of this border? Did it ever occur to you how that would make us appear as a joke to them? Everyone was worried about the ramifications of your journey. Her Majesty Queen Berlina Ornette has summoned you to Grandiha. You need to run over to the Oracle of Sylvia in Grandiha in this instant. I ain't got nothing to do about that, bitch. Grandiha. Time to kill this bitch.
Wherever you go.
Oh, Wing of Camisylvia, we welcome you back to Mother's Nest. Hush your mouth. Grandiha, the flower of Sylvia. Oracle of Sylvia is a place built in the preparation of the Hebe invasion. Being Count of Camisylvia, it is unfortunate to see you regarding such a scandalous matter. Saloon's border is within Odyllita, the land of the Heves. Everyone has seen you freely roam through the enemy's territory. What is more, some say that you even went to Talibar's Rope, a deeper part of the land of Odyllita. Wish you tell us the truth, along with Orwin here, who was recently held captive by the Heves. It's true that my visit to Odyllita has endangered the relationship between two nations, but I was not captive to the Heves. They saved me from the Fallen Ones. Have they not fallen enough already? Why do you call them the Fallen Ones? My nanny, Openzilla, used to tell me how the ancient darkness seeped into the lands of Odyllita. She said those who succumbed to the ancient darkness were called the Fallen Ones. But if those stories were true, does that mean that Ahives of the Zug Tunnel are the Fallen Ones? Perhaps they are no longer the Burning Ones we remember. Perhaps they can no longer be reasoned with. Yes, they must have changed. Camisylvia has a grave misunderstanding about the situation. Even if your words were true, there is no misunderstanding. They became enemies from the moment they burned the Camisylve. So much faith in the nanny's word. Openzilla is the Ahib that burned the Camisylve. Seems there's no need to pursue the matter further, for bloods do not lie. For blood does not lie. This is the sun and the moon opposing each other. That one's future has changed entirely from this henceforth. For a single lie can change an entire moment, yet cannot change one's fate. The Hebes don't seem to be completely lying. Odyllita was originally the land of the ancient kingdom of Orzika, a land that did not receive the blessing of us fairies, the darkest land of this world never to be spoken of. Ancient Narc stone tablet, recorded by Princess Catherine, which you retrieved the lunatic. I beg you, do not abandon my beloved daughters. Wet their arid hearts, not their arid land. Voltara, who became a great mountain, Okiara, who became a river. Although I cannot see them, I could feel them. Same with the Narc spirit who went to Odyllita with the Ahives. The dry wind blowing from the east. That was a faint scent of flowers from the wind, but for some reason a wall was built. I could no longer smell the flowers or feel the dry wind. Perhaps it is because of the fallen ones. We've been with the spirits and fairies for a very long time under Mother's protection. Or when we acknowledge that the Ahive saved you from the ones who became fallen ones. But that doesn't mean we think they've changed because of you. I'm sure they had a certain reason to save you. You are to leave Camisylvia at once and never set your foot in Mother's forest from this point forward. Your selfishness has led all of your sisters to worry. Did you not know of the tense situation between the two nations? Because of your childish notion to reunite with the nanny of your childhood, many allied fathers and sisters had to shed their own blood. I could have ended with a brief standoff, but it quickly escalated to an armed conflict. Do you know what this means? A conflict that broke out with a clear reason. This shows just how deep the tension between the two countries was. Only silence echoes throughout the Oracle of Sylvia, after Orwin was escorted out according to the Queen's decree. When I dethroned Amelia Ornette, who had turned a blind eye to Camisylve, and executed her elite guards, the Aeneals, one by one, I focused on only one thought: only the results matter. The steps taken along the way aren't important. I've made and broken countless relationships along the way. Each and every one of them yielded either loss or gain. Here, at this Oracle of Sylvia, we have some people missing. Openzilla, once Orwin's nanny, is also one of them. If Openzilla's soldiers had opened the way to you, I suppose you'd have met her much earlier. But how is it that our hero of Camisylvia was called into the Ahive's land? She's the sister who stole our treasure and ran away. A treasure about the first one who tore up Mother's root to come up to this world. What was your reason to meet her? No, what did she promise to give you in exchange for setting foot in their territory? Obsidian Ashes Atraxia, greetings to Her Majesty Queen Berlina. What the lunatic received from her is the horn of Sigurd, the shadow of nightmares, that is all. Everyone is looking at Atraxia dumbfounded. They seem to be wondering about what it is. That is the monster of shadow created by the Shadow Knights and the Aheeves. Sigurd's horn is a trophy obtained from defeating it, which serves as a permit that allows one to enter Odyllita. My queen, are you alright? You don't look so well. No, please continue, O departed sister of the moon. What was the monster for? For Vuhura Kahila Kadum, the spirit of darkness that consumed Kamisilvia, my queen. Light has returned to Kamasil, thus no darkness can dare set foot in this land. How dare you say that name? How can we fight darkness with another darkness? We, who left the forest, no longer follow you, my queen, but we took the oath of the Obsidian Ashes to protect Kamasilv. How could I lie in front of our mother? What Opensilla gave the lunatic was Sigurd's horn, proof of passing their trial. That's it, nothing more or less. My queen, you must look at the greater darkness. The Ganils and Vidirs fought together against the spirit of darkness, although we ended up in a deep fog of misunderstandings. Time continues to flow and the shadow of this world is approaching. Please do not punish the lunatic who grabbed the hand of the enemy, for it was to stop the greater darkness. Heard your story, but how did you know about the lunatic? Because I took the trial of the shadow too, for a black spirit also dwells within me. Atraxia, what is it that you want? What brought you all the way here to Grandiha to make such a speech? A map of Odyllita, your highness. It was during your 4 years as a hostage in Odyllita. That's when you completed the map of that arid land. Oh, I'm not being too blunt now, am I? I guess not everyone knew about that. And about the lunatic, we had agreed to go on an adventure together. What I am to do now is if one of us is unjustly imprisoned. How did you know about all this? We are the Dark Knights, the Vidirs, who made a vow to protect Kamasil. The darkness to come this time will completely shatter the Mother's light, and the Hebes are not the only ones who are preparing for the looming darkness. We, the Dark Knights, are also rallying around Chief Arithel. Do you remember her, the Chief of the Dark Knight, who swore to the Tooth Fairy Chief Rimitarunsum to protect Kamasilvia? Most of the Dark Knight sisters were eaten by the Black Spirits, but there are a few sisters who succeeded in having symbiotic relationships. We do not question anyone's past, neither that of Archer, Acres, and Rangers, of Queen Amelia who persecuted us, nor the Ahib who burned Kamasilv. They burned Kamasilv to drive out the spirits of darkness, but if that shadow is to return once more, is it not more important than such old grudges? Your Majesty, you know about this better than anyone, don't you? That, in fact, a secret to fight the darkness lies in Odyllita. Everyone, leave the Oracle of Sylvia. You two, leave here at once. You can look around Grandiha for a while. I will call you later. Dark Knight Atraxia, you stay right here. That was really intense. Did we get involved in some family feud? We should never have gotten on that sky balloon to Grana back then, but that Dark Knight, she seemed to know a lot of things. Wasn't she rather outspoken against the Queen? I felt the Queen was afraid of something. And I think Atraxia knows what that is. Besides, why did she not reveal Kafir's journal in our possession? The Vidirs once also belonged to Kamasilv, didn't they? Let's take a look around here and ask people about Atraxia.
Odyllita, captain of the Grandiha Guards. I've been protecting Grandiha for a long time.
Why the sudden interest in her? My former teacher, Arine, knew her well, but ever since the Vidir split into the Dark Knight and Nahib, she stopped mentioning her. Did you have any other business to discuss?
I follow the teachings of Captain Ariane as I carry out my mission.
This looks pretty nice.
We can learn from the
We
past
can handle
to
the
deal
future,
with
but
the future.
reflecting on the past,
There
there must
will
be a way to
always
get
be
through
a
these harsh
solution,
times.
even in this difficult situation.
I've never met her in person, but according to Momilios, I've heard she was very honest and unhindered. Once there was a class at the Library of Grana about the story of spirits who blessed us when someone started to snore. It was Atraxia. She said she couldn't help it because the class was so boring. The musical spirits who were teaching began to cry, and the tooth fairy scolded her for being ungrateful and being so rude.
I'm concerned that the conflict between the
Ha!
Vidirs and us
Cool.
Canals is ever getting
He's a cool person now. This place is mighty interesting since the very beginning of
it
it.
always was and still is. I'm so excited that I'm back
I
here.
remember she was quite the odd Vidir, so affectionate towards the Kamasilv on days where the moon was covered by the cloud. She tended to the branches burnt by the Ahibs. If other Vidirs had seen this, she would have been in big trouble.
Kamiya. It's what we call the young Kamasil branches. It was named when I used to be a member of the Kamasil Priest Council.
We can learn from the past to deal with the future. There will always be a solution, even in this difficult situation.
Jezebel sounds like a very promiscuous woman.
The sun and
Once
the
the
moon
seed
can
of
never be
suspicion sprouts,
together.
take a step
But
back and
then,
observe from
they
afar.
were meant to be in perfect harmony under Mother's providence.
Traxia the Troublemaker? I haven't heard of that name in a while. At that time, only princesses could enter Grandiha. She was full of curiosity. She was quite intelligent as well. She did anything and everything she could to come to this place.
When a seed of distrust is planted in your heart, take some time.
The hell's this? We've been looking around here and there in the whole Grandiha. What was it? What's with that look? Over so soon, you say? There's no need to talk for so long with that boring queen. Haha, what am I doing here? I'm looking for the ship bound for Odyllita. Well, you don't have to thank me. Thanks to your troublesome situation, I got this map. Let's just say we are even now. What's with that downfall? Oh, our crafter's journal. Well, I don't know. I think this map looks more interesting than that lame old man's book. Do you know what kind of land that is? I won't go. I don't know what terrible fate awaits us. Now, I said that I'll pay you well. I already know too much about the Lamute gang, okay? So I know that you've been to Odyllita Star in Midnight Port. And I also know that you rescued 2 kids from there as well. How? We're not going to wait for you though. I know, I'm such a know-it-all. Don't worry, once you reach there, just drop us off and your trouble is complete. Her goal was to get the map to begin with. That's why she's been acting so friendly with us. I know I said you shouldn't be swayed by her, but we need to follow her. I feel like we will regret it big time if we miss that ship. I mean, think about how embarrassed the queen in front of everyone. I think she knows something we don't. Let's talk to her again. You wanna tag along? Are you hitting on me or something? Huh, I thought you had a lover already. You know that Ganil, what was her name? Orwin? I thought she was your lover or something. Oh, she's not? Oh, you were Prince Charming on a white horse walking towards her back at Saloon's border. Oh well, I guess you totally forgot about me back there. I was waiting for you so long at that old wisdom tree, remember? See, then I'll take my leave. I actually know to hang onto grudges by. I know that you actually can go to Odyllita. Royal Majesty awaits Pooh to the lighthouse which bears the heart of Grandiha. Queen Berylna has summoned you to the highest place in Grandia, the mind-reflecting lighthouse. She said to come alone. Oh my god, we're gonna miss the fucking thing. Okay, it's a long ass walk. It's a long ass tower. Are you gonna push us here? You're here, Wing of Camasilvia. I must say I was a bit rude earlier, I was confused. Your title, Wing of Camasilvia, is such a heavy name to bear. I'm afraid that those wings have become like shackles to you. To be honest, I didn't expect much from you when you first came to me as a Calpheon's delegate, because Calpheonians are known for their intelligence, so to speak. But thanks to you, we gained our independence. Just so you know, I have no room for uncertainties in relationships. That Dark Knight, by the way, she's such a puzzle to me. I didn't think you'd ask such a bold question. Perhaps you know about the Forbidden Arena? I'm not sure. This might be too early for you. I don't think you'll believe in my words. Fine, I've changed my mind. Let me tell you about the decision made by the Oracle of Sylvia. They say Sigurd's horn is used as the pass. Venture forth to the land of the Aheeves on a journey to Odyllita. Help the sisters of their burdens. Fulfill your responsibility as the wing of Camasylvia. Atraxia now has the map. You should follow her so that Camasyl's light can follow her shadow. Don't trust anyone in that land. I recall everything I saw there until the day I returned here. It's true that the Aheeves persecuted by Amelia were rounded up and thrown out over to Odyllita, but each day I was there, I witnessed the rise and fall of a number of groups. All the while the queen slowly lost her power. Never ever get caught up in their hidden feuds. They spew out lies with their mouths and stab each other in the back. They're the ones who gave us the wing title, and now they're saying we're responsible for all this? Besides, why do I feel that they have other intentions for sending us there? Doesn't look like there's a specific reason, perhaps just to see if we came back alive. I also think they just want us to keep an eye on Ataraxia. But why should we do as they say? We've got enough out of the Ganeals, no? Let's just go find Ataraxia, look for traces of Caphras and get what we need from her. After that, we can just leave her if we have to. Start at midnight, but huh? Sounds like kinda eerie. Let's hurry up. Oh shit, if I drop.
Ooh.
Oh shit! Oh, did die. That was a freak accident.
If you need
Just leave the sheep going back and forth between Grandia and my care.
Sometimes I see a mysterious ship passing by.
Oh my god. Are you telling me?
Hey, don't give me that suspicious look.
am now here, I think. Ataraxia. She had a good memory. She was the top of her class at the Holy College. I ate her memories and drank her blood. Hence reborn. Aren't I so pretty?
I ate her memory and her blood and was born again. I'm so pretty, aren't I?
What the fuck? You're the one who bloomed the Shadow Mist Flower. Welcome to Queen Sifra's Star Midnight Port.
She was so smart.
Today we have 33 human slaves who came from the Golden Light ship. Is there any slave in particular you're looking for? Dwarven slaves are off limits for the time being. How many do you want to use as offering? Would you like to see them yourself? Send that person over. Your sleeves are not what they're looking for. Two children with similar names have escaped. The Habes don't usually take in children as slaves. What could have scared off those little birds? I can't believe I'm stuck in the stinky port in charge of humans. Wait, why?
Is it dull in this place?
Why are you loitering around here? Aren't you supposed to be looking for the traces of Kafir's? You're not ignoring Commander Sila's orders, are you? You'd better focus on your task and quit trying to be a hero. What, do these slaves make you feel sick or something? Would you rather be in that group? Is that what you want?
You can come in anytime you want.
Did you come to look for the Dark Knight who's raising a ruckus? It's been a while since the last time I saw her, but Ataraxia's hot temper hasn't changed a bit. I tried to say hello, but she just ignored me and got onto that ship, Golden Light. I think those poor Shadow Knights are probably receiving quite the beating from her by now. Ah, good. A good show needs an audience, don't you think? Remember, there are two rules in this land. One, do not intervene. What's the other? Credit goes to where credit is due.
Oh no, going so soon? Where do you want to go? Why? Is it dull in this place?
Goodness gracious, I gotta swim there. Alright, I'm ready. I got that boom boom pow. This guy must be a warrior. The light which pierces the starry night is eternal. Hey, who made up this phrase? The night of the slave never ends. This is what it means, isn't it? Is this how you sweet talk people into slavery? Who are the ones who are in league with? Does Lihard know about this, or is he part of this too? Those bastards to have tricked these people here. You're early. What am I doing? What does it look like I'm doing? This is the very first thing I wanted to do using that map. I want to find out where exactly the Golden Light was heading to. You guys, you'd better tell me right away. Right now. Doslia. Where is that woman? Was it not you who gave her money to board the ship? I thought you bid her quite beautiful farewell back then. We've already handed her over to the Ahibs, so what are you gonna do? Do you intend to draw your sword to all the Ahibs? I did not know all at that time that you were a bunch of scumbags who sell innocent believers to this hell. All that money I worked so hard to earn from my clients, I wanted to use for a good cause at least once in my life before I die. Oh my lord, I gotta go back. Oh, now calm
I
down,
don't
everyone.
care if anyone
This is a mere
despises
exam
you
to
for
test if you're
abandoning
sick or not.
humanity. I mean, if you're here, there's no turning back for you anyway, no matter what. Telling little lies
No,
isn't
no,
quite a
that's
big
what's all the
deal,
fun. Why do you
is
look
it?
so scared? You all signed the contract to join this group, didn't you? Yeah, I mean, this place looks so different from what I expected. I heard that we can go back if we pay you the ship's fares. Are you trying to go back anyway? Once you're done with this test, you can live a glamorous life in a stupendous house. This is not a chance you get every day. Food is free, clothing is free, and you don't need to have any special skill. Plus, they even protect you from wild animals. Look at me, I'm a human too. Even I also thought, oh no, what is this place when I first came here? But look at me now. Do I look any different than you folks?
This port might look a bit shabby as it is being rebuilt.
Look,
but
I
on the
told
other
you a
side,
million times.
they
Ignore
have
those humans wearing
everything.
shackles.
All sorts of
Those are completely
delicacies,
different. What?
tangy wine.
You're not here
You
to become a
name
slave,
it.
are you?
It's just
She's making me
wonderful
waste
in
words
there.
trying to explain to you. Why you stand there saying nothing? Mistook you for someone else, you know. I see you've earned the slight approval of the Heaves for some reason, just like me, I'd say. So what brought you here?
I don't care if anyone despises me
I
for
don't know, what should I
abandoning
tell you?
humanity.
You're not even part of the Kalicha Merchant Guild. I didn't hear about a new member coming in today. Revealing the slave's whereabouts can get me fired. But how about a deal? Give me 1 million silver, how about it?
I mean, if you're here, there's no turning back for you anyway, no matter what. Telling little lies isn't quite a big deal, is it?
Oh, not bad. Wait, what? Did they take my money? Wait, I don't have 100 million on me.
People, calm down.
There are strict rules a slave manager must follow no matter what. First, you should not disclose personal info of slaves. Second, you should watch slaves and make sure they don't run away at all costs. Even if you can give me 1 billion silver, that's not worth risking my life. That's about it. Be on your way and don't be nosy, alright?
This port might look a bit shabby as it is being rebuilt.
I know there was a place like this. Other nations are totally not aware of any of this, right? We've met all different kinds of people so far, but these are the worst kind of all, don't you think? On the ship Golden Light, I saw some coffee unions there too. Some would have been kidnapped, some would have been taken away by sweet talks. Each and every one of them should have a sad story or two. What are the Heaves trying to do with all these humans anyway? I saw there are 2 different queues of them along the way. Does that mean they are being sent to 2 different places? Why not go up there to see where this queue leads to? Are they sacrificing?
The judgment of the Azure Flame is
Progress we don't know
unquestionable.
if you can turn back.
Each judgment is irreversible and final.
He's handing over the shackles to a human. It's her daughter, a missionary priestess, as over his judgment. It's the process of erasing all connections to sin and being reborn as a new human being. The blessed human chosen according to the precepts of great Josiah and the Audra's doctrine is now of the Heave, the burning ones. These verti shackles shall protect you. We live, I beg you, O humans, fear not. When the world is shattered by the tides of darkness, you will be remembered as the final humans to board the ship of salvation, and these verti shackles indicate that the sisters must protect you. O true human, know that you are worthy to remain here, then the Azure judgment shall commence. Do not dwell on the outcome, for whatever the result, you will be able to end your life with value, one way or another. According to the judgment, you will either be taken to Saphir's Thornwood Castle or Queen Viorencia's Odir's territory. Okay, so I'll end it here for tonight. Thanks for watching, and we'll continue to see whether or not who's the liar of the two sisters, the Ganils over the Vadirs, and who this Ataraxia is, and what the fucking things are doing to the humans. Thanks for watching. See ya!